welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. We're also streaming to you live on yorbamedia.com. All right, my next guest, Nick Santiago, President and CEO of In the Money Stocks. Nick, thanks for coming back.
Always great to be with you, Michael. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Nevada's got a question for you right out of the gate. Let me roll that out, and then we'll get through these different markets, okay?
Sure.
All right. He wants to know when will the Fed have to actually do a QE3 instead of just talking about it in order to keep the market propped up?
No, it's a great question. We talked about this happening for a while now, and in fact, I believe several months ago, even 6 months ago or so on your show, I talked about that's what they would do. They would dangle that carrot out there for a long, long time to come. But the actual QE3 won't come, in my opinion, until the fall. Then they will actually do it. They will do it. This is the Bernanke experiment. This is what he wrote about when he was in college. This is what he dreamed about, inflating the markets, and he believes that easy money policy can cure all. So we'll see if his thesis is correct in a few years.
Okay, let's talk about that fall in relative terms with the S&P. You've been looking for a top here. It looks like we're getting some distribution out of it. Are you expecting, before we get into what's going on right now, are you expecting that to ignite a rally in the fall, this QE3 thing?
I do. As you know, I've been looking for a top. Last week when I was on your show, I had mentioned that the S&P would pull back into the 1355 area. On Tuesday, I had my traders cover most of their shorts. And then we're going to look for a pattern right now and attack this thing again. But ultimately, I think that the market is putting it around the top now. I think we're going to get a series of lower highs for a while. And then later this fall, you're going to get a real good buying opportunity in just about everything across the board.
Okay. All right. I want to compliment you on that trade, the Tuesday trade. That's amazing. Before we move into some more forecasting, give everybody a way to look over your shoulder and be able to pull the trigger with you on these kind of trades.
Yeah, you come right over to our website at inthemoneystocks.com. We offer a 7-day free trial, Michael, to our research center, which you'll get all of our nightly setups. In fact, on Tuesday, we had all of our traders exit the low to the very penny, if you could believe it or not.
I can.
To the very penny. And, on our Friday night video that I did for all of our members, and there's a lot of them, I told them that this is the area that we're going to look for, and after that we'll look for a bounce. And, we're getting a pretty big bounce today. I didn't know it was going to be this big, but nonetheless, once the timing is right, we're going to just re-hit it again, and that's just rinse and repeat. That's what we try to do. So come over to inthemoneystocks.com, check out our research center, or come to our intraday stock chat. You'll see we offer a 7-day free trial there to give us a test drive. Most people that come in, they really don't leave.
Yeah, well, who would with results like that?
Yeah, it's we're not always 100% accurate, but I have to say we're fairly accurate, and that's our goal each and every year, is just to get better and better.
All right. Well, you make me look real good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the trade here. We got a rally going on a little bit. Give me some resistance levels that you're thinking about here as we go forward.
Well, whenever you get the market that has had a rally the way the rally has been so robust, probably the best one single quarter in first quarter of a trading year since 1998. If you look, the markets could rally back up to 139, maybe even 140.5. I wouldn't rule that out, but now it's just going to be about recognizing the pattern on the chart, and I think that we got a pretty significant resistance point at that high that was made on April 2nd at let me see the exact price of that, right around 1422. So I think that's a big level for the market to get through. I don't know if it will do it, but I think we could trade up into that zone. But it's all about the pattern. If we get the right pattern set up, I think you could sell this market again.
Okay, at a little higher price is what I'm hearing from you, though.
Yeah. Okay. But overall, right now, what I'm expecting is for at least the next few weeks or month, I'll say the next month, we're going to get these moves up, and then we're going to get sharp moves down. And I think we'll build a series of lower tops, and we'll see how far that takes us. And then we'll get another rally. But this 2012 is going to be a trader's year. It's not going to be, the easy money has been made already on the upside.
Got it. All right. At this point, are you looking for a little bit of a pullback to test this support that we had last Tuesday?
No, not yet. I'm going to look for more of an up move, and then I think we'll come back into it. And I don't think we're going to just thrash right down through it. I think we're going to test it, bounce a little bit lower, and that's how the market's going to be for a little while here. We're going to be range bound for a little while, but there's going to be good trading opportunities on both the long and short side.
Got it. Okay. All right, let's move forward to the U.S. dollar. That's a real topic of contention right now.
And it should be. The dollar, as I've been telling you, is really the driving force behind every market move. Today you can see the U.S. dollar index futures are down by about 50 cents, 49 cents at the moment. And when the dollar goes down, the markets will rally up. This seems to be the only trick in the book these days. Get that dollar down each and every day, and you'll get a rally on your hands. Traders now should really watch the dollar. Right today, we're trading at a little bit of a support level right here at 79.40 on the U.S. dollar futures, the M contract. But right around the 78.85 level, there's just going to be a ton of support down there. So traders should watch that level. That's probably a spot when the dollar gets there that the S&P will reverse.
Okay. Do you see the dollar in a range like we've had a high recently, April 6th, and then the low range, April 3rd? That looks to me. I'm just trying to get. Or do you see this thing may break out in trend?
No, I think we're going to be range bound for a bit here. That's what I'm seeing in the near term. It's going to be very range bound. See, the whole key behind the dollar is that if the dollar really rallies up, the euro is going to put in a head and shoulder top formation, and that's going to send every technical trader, whether they're an amateur or they're a pro, they're going to short the euro. And if the euro goes down and that thing starts to break apart, I mean, it's lights out. So, we talked about it on your show that the euro would get defended around the 130 level, and sure enough, I mean, it had every chance to break through there, and it couldn't do it. And I thought it would hold just because of my other cycle work. But that's the key of it all. The powers that be just can't have this euro break down right now.
Okay, so they're going to hold it. Got it. Let's move forward to the Freeport-McMoRan, FCX.
Yeah, Freeport-McMoRan is actually having a huge bounce today. The stock's up over $2. But I just want to alert your listeners, this is a stock that I've been pounding the table on for probably, 6-7 months, maybe longer, about shorting every bounce. And I still remain in that camp. So even though Freeport Mac's having a nice bounce, the stock gets up to around $42 or something. I think it's worth a shot again on the short side.
Okay, got it. You've been for the listening audience. I don't know if you know this, but Nick has given us some forecasts before when he was on the show for copper. And one time, it just amazed me. You were off by 1/100th of a penny on your target. It was at least a week out. So
yeah,
you're pretty good at this.
Sometimes we get some good ones.
Yeah, you do. All right, one more recap, I guess, from Nevada. He just wants a S&P target for the move up, and that was the April 2nd high. Is that right?
Well, it could go up that high. I'm not expecting that to happen 100%, but I think right now you'd probably have to look at two levels before we get up to the April 2nd top for resistance. One would be basically 1,400. That's a big, wide, round number. So you're going to have to look there. That's where the market was basing prior to breaking down. So that's going to be a sticking point. And then, maybe the April 2nd top. Either way, we'll see if the market could make these shallow, like a lower top. It could go all the way up towards the high, but as long as it makes a lower top, I think you're going to have some downside momentum again.
Okay, got it. And then we're looking for that to carry on through the rest of the, at least into the fall. Got that part. All right, let's move forward a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about copper briefly because you just mentioned Freeport-McMoRan, and that's the commodity extent of it, the copper market. What are you thinking there?
Well, you're getting a bounce now in copper. I mean, the tonight, I believe, is going to be the Chinese GDP, and everybody's expecting China to come out with a good GDP number. Also, last night, I think China said that they were going to possibly make ease their monetary policy over there. So basically, they're going to lower rates. But I'm not so sure if we should all buy into that. Right now, copper's having just a stellar day today. So we'll give it its due. It was a little bit short-term oversold. Just looking at my copper chart here at the moment, And ultimately, I think after a little bit of a bounce, copper could once again be sold short.
Okay, and BHP?
BHP Billiton's another play in that base metal, copper, iron ore, any of those industrial metal type plays. This is another one like Freeport-McMoRan. This stock gets up to around, around the 76 level in that area. You could sell it again.
Okay, and JJC?
Well, that is copper. That's a copper ETN. So, basically it's a barometer for copper. And I just wanted to point out today how, the stock is rebounding, had a nice little oversold condition. But this is another one that if you don't have a copper futures chart or ability to short copper that way, you could short the JJC. And ultimately, I think in a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks, we'll be looking to short this.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, GDX.
Yeah, the gold miners are they're up decently today. Gold is up as well, and I love gold, I love silver, but ultimately I think gold and gold miners. Remember on your show I had talked about selling out of the gold, the GDX position if anybody was in it at around $58. It went down to 46. Today you're getting a bounce, but this is going to be another one that can be sold short down into the fall, and any bounce here, any bearish pattern, you could sell this thing. We'll be looking to isolate some bearish patterns on these stocks, on these equities, and then later in the fall we'll be reversing those patterns and looking to buy these.
I'm looking at this. What was it, around January, February 2011? What, about $40? It looks to me like some kind of support there. Is that kind of your target or something deeper?
No, I think the 40 level will definitely be a target because you have a real nice pivot from 2010 on the GDX as well. So if you go back to February 2010, I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
You have a real nice pivot there. So that's a potential target.
Nice, very nice, Nick. All right, how does everybody reach you?
You come over to In the Money Stocks. You could browse through our website. We have a ton of free content there. Come check out our blog, take a free trial, shoot us an email at support@InTheMoneyStocks if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to answer each and every one of you.
Great trading, Nick. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You too. Everybody, that's Nick Santiago, President and CEO of In the Money Stocks. Go trade with this guy. He's very, very good. On the other side of this break, we're going